Hey guys, it's Jane. I'm a watercolor artist. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. I have a shorter pre-holiday video for you. I will be doing 2 watercolor paintings in this video, and it will be time-lapse of those 2. And I will be talking about life updates by the end of this video, and a little bit about the technique that I used for the studies as well. It will be a mishmash. But let me first wish you a happy holiday. I hope that you are healthy and safe and that you have some time for you and your hobbies. Maybe we'll be painting or drawing more, so you can do that while watching this video as well. So first of all, it's 1st of April and I'm so relieved that March is over. I had so much to do during March, especially making content took me quite a long time because my pregnancy is now progressing. I'm 7 months in and 2 more months to go, and it's getting really uncomfortable when I'm sitting at my table and I'm basically starting to squish the baby and the belly is really huge. It's hard to breathe for me. It's getting harder and harder, and the intervals during which I'm able to sit at my desk and paint and focus, they get significantly shorter, which leaves me with much less time during the day to even complete the very essential work that I have to do. And I think that for 1 more month still we'll be able to somehow manage all the workload that I really want to finish by the time that baby is born, and that includes also the production of these YouTube videos. But hopefully with some luck I'll be able to prepare some beforehand and then publish later on. Mainly during February and March I tried my best to prepare some more educational content for my channel, which is now out, and you can enjoy about 6 episodes that is dedicated to watercolor from the start to more advanced techniques. And the last video that I published last week was about how you should proceed when learning about watercolor or learning a new painting technique or a new painting skill. That was a longer video than I expected, but I still hope that some of you might benefit from what I said in that video. So I will link all that down below, and in case that you somehow missed that I was doing these videos, then you now know about it and you can go check it out. As for the 2 studies that I paint in this particular video, I use a very quick watercolor process to finish a study that is about A5 in size in about 30 minutes to 40 minutes, and I try to do this as often as I can just to exercise the brush control and the water control in general. I do this in 1 color, so they're a monochromatic study, and the first one was done in neutral tint and the other study with shadow violet. I don't feel that my technique in painting portraits with watercolor is fully set in stone yet. Actually not at all set in stone, because from time to time I try to approach the skin by carefully layering until I reach the intensity that I need. I play with color, and the smooth skin is basically what I go for in these paintings. And then other times in my studies, for example, I don't really care about the edges. I leave them everywhere, even hard ones, and I just basically focus on the tone. And sometimes these more expressive studies with edges everywhere, they do look maybe more interesting to me than those smooth-skinned, perfectly shaded illustrations. But that's just a matter of taste, I think. It doesn't matter whether an artist chooses more expressive way to paint a portrait or other approach. The important thing is the purpose of whatever technique you choose, and the technique that does not require a lot of time, and even though it's more expressive, it follows 1 purpose, and that is to explore the tones of the face. And this technique is very useful when making studies, and your study shouldn't generally take you a long time to finish. I think in watercolor, if you don't need a lot of layers, you can finish a study really up to 30 minutes, and this will motivate you to even make 1 one study every single day, because 30 minutes I think is very manageable. So doing purposeful studies in a short amount of time is not only very useful when you are trying to learn watercolor or level up in it, but it also doesn't take too much pressure on you to make a perfect piece of anything. And if you fail, then you just lost 30 minutes, you can move on to the next one. I really like it very much. This is also what makes painting a lot of fun. Sometimes I even start the painting session for the day with the 30-minute watercolor study in whatever subject I choose, and then move on from there to more complicated illustrations that I have on my table that I really have to deal with or figure out. I explained the technique itself into much more detail in a video lesson that I prepared for my Patreons. It was a March reward on my Patreon. My Patreon is probably for the last month available for $1, and you can watch about 11 or 12 longer tutorials that I prepared there. I plan on very slightly increasing the very basic pledge, but leaving one Patreon category for all of you, so that you can still find all the content that I ever publish there within the tier that you choose. I want to thanks to all of you that support me on Patreon. There is almost 40 of you now. I'm so happy. Some of you are more talkative than others, and the newest one is Alex, so welcome into the community. Makes me really happy to see that all of you are regularly checking out the updates that I post there, as well as the longer lessons that I try to prepare. I am sorry, but right now more than one longer, like an hour-long lesson won't be probably much in cards for me due to the baby and everything, but I still do my very best to make it a worthwhile watercolor lesson full of tips and everything that you might be asking for. In February we painted flowers together in a longer lesson there, and in March we did the monochromatic portrait that you just see me finishing up, and during April I plan to do some landscapes with you, because the weather is getting really nice outside and you might use a few watercolor landscaping tips. And that's it for today. I promised you a short video. Have a great holiday, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye.